And this is the Irreversible Corruption of WoW. I don't know if you guys watched this yet. I haven't. I know Asmongold already watched it. I didn't see his reaction to it. I haven't seen what this is about. But supposedly this is a pretty cool video about, what has happened to the World of Warcraft. Imagine the worst loot arguments, but with everyone in the same room and cold pizza. Oh, that actually sounds great. That sounds like something I do want to try. Let's check this out, and maybe this will become a Dungeons and Dragons stream one day.
Time is often the enemy. It's the one thing that we just can never get back. So if you could pay for more time, would you? There's a concept rising to prominence called revenge bedtime procrastination. Simply put, it's when you go to sleep later than you should. And you've likely been there before and felt the intense dread as you set your alarm. Your alarm is set for 2 hours and 17 minutes from now. You know that you're the one to blame for this situation, but you did it anyway, and it's probably not the first time.
Yeah.
What you're trying to do is buy some more time. Or more accurately, you're borrowing time from your own future, and with heavy interest. To quote,
That's true. Look, I mean, I do this. I do, right? I have kids. I have a job. I have a wife. I have a lot of things on my plate every single day. So, like, picture a day in the life of Sam on a Saturday, right? I wake up with my kids. They're awake at like 7:30, 8 a.m. So it's all day then. It's all day with my wife. Say we have maybe an activity plan. We go to the mall. God knows what. We're doing stuff with them all day. I'm doing stuff with my wife all day. Not that I don't like my wife. I enjoy doing it, right? But then there's that time that I want just for me. I want to sit down, relax, eat some peanut M&Ms, drink something, and play some Xbox. And I don't really have time to do that until, say, I don't know, after the kids have showered, they're in bed. The wife has, she showered, she's in bed. I'm put away as well. I showered. I'm all ready to go to bed. And then I say, but do I really want the day to end? I kind of want to play a little bit. So I'll go down. I have this set up in my garage, and I'll play. So say I start playing at like 11:30. I get online. Maybe some of my friends and cousins are out, and we'll just play some Halo or something. All of a sudden, it's now 3 a.m., 2 a.m. Maybe I watch a movie I haven't watched that I've been wanting to, that nobody else in my home has interest of seeing, but I want to see it. I'll watch that again. Like I said, the night ends maybe 3 a.m. I get in bed. Oh, now I'm going to, fall asleep. 3:30. I have my alarm. It's not set because it's Saturday and tomorrow's Sunday, but the kids are going to wake up at 7. Now I'm getting like 5 to 4 hours of sleep on the weekend, and I start the rest of my week exhausted. But I do the same thing because I want that time. I want that time. I deserve this time dead at work the next day. Yeah, exactly. That's what happens, right? Because I don't get to make up for it on Sunday night. I'm waking up early the next day for work and for stream. So I do this, and I know why people do it. I totally understand it.
A leading sleep scientist. The shorter you sleep, the shorter your lifespan.
Short sleep predicts all-cause mortality.
The point is, we all buy time in some form, and we sell it too. The very concept of a job is often described as selling your time to your employer. Time has always been the only irreplaceable thing we have, so our ancient ancestors invented things like currency to make their time and the output of it tradable. Fast forward to today, and from DoorDash to Uber to Amazon Prime, we go to work to trade our time for money. Then we get home, and we trade some of that money back into time.
Huh.
The specter of the next day looms, the clock ticks.
Like that.
We all wish we had just a little bit more time. There used to be a sanctuary from this feeling, and that was video games.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Video games were a reprieve. There was an unspoken pact between game developer and player. The virtual worlds built were an escape. Azeroth never cared that you had instant ramen again tonight, For a modest fee, you could log in and be just as rich or poor in gold, loot, and skill as anyone else. There were a handful of MMOs around, and about 20...
Why was World of Warcraft so good for wasting time? I loved it. And you know what? People say wasting time. I don't feel like my time was wasted. I loved the time I spent in World of Warcraft. And shit, right now on this tune, I've got 54 days played. Not a single day has been wasted. I'll tell you that.
20 years of
time
RPGs
well spent.
Before them.
And this has only been my main since BFA.
Just hit differently. Azeroth had so many ways for you to spend time and get rewarded for it, mirroring the real world, but on a more enjoyable
If you enjoy the
scale.
time spent, yeah,
Amid
was it
all
really
the
wasted? No,
exploration and
wasn't.
adventure,
Exactly.
you could even build virtual skills and do virtual work. Like, spend a few days of your time working on your herbalism or your alchemy, and then sell the results to somebody for some gold. It was a genuine virtual world with its own economy, isolated from reality. Every player left just as much of their lives
because it was new,
screen.
And we were also trapped in our zip code. That's kind of true. It was a big world. It did feel like a very connected world, and what was back then still a very disconnected world. I do think that played a role in it, of why World of Warcraft felt so magical.
As they could, and that included.
I have over a total of 400 days played. Oh my gosh.
Between the real
amazing.
And the virtual held up, the World of Warcraft would stay the place to do some satisfying virtual work. But it just could not last. There was one crucial flaw.
Time is money, friend!
And the more you grow, the more you'll be able to earn more of both.
Yeah.
If you can combine skills that are not often found together, you'll be super powered. Skillshare, today's sponsor,
oh wow,
is your
look at that
gateway to this.
transition. Look at
And
that
the first
transition
1,000
into
to click my
Skillshare.
link are going to get a month of Skillshare Premium for free. Now, recently we've talked about things
playing
like
MMOs and
game
watching
development
old
skills
school
and the Unity
MMO
engine.
anime,
But
hack,
I want to talk about general
escapism at its
productivity.
finest.
It's a
Yes.
complete superpower. It is a score
Yes.
multiplier over
It's true,
all
man.
that you
It's
do.
true.
Ali Abdaal is one of the best examples because he, a fellow World of Warcraft player and self-confessed
was about to
waste man,
push gold
has
selling.
managed to grow a wildly successful business here on YouTube and off platform.
I will
as
say
well.
I will
He
say
did so
something like
using
about
skills and
escapism in
lessons
World of Warcraft. I'm
that
not gonna
he
lie,
will
as I
teach
was
you on
getting
Skillshare.
older, you know, I got
Whether you
married
are
and I was
like
having
me
kids.
and
I used to
want
think
do
like,
better at work,
I used to get sad at the thought that I wouldn't be able to play World of Warcraft anymore. I did. I thought, oh, for sure, like, because no generation before us played video games the way we do, right? We grew up with it. By we, I say like, I was born in 1990. Okay, so like, I'm a millennial. The generation that came before me didn't play video games. My dad did not play video games.
There's a problem with this
So, just the thought of playing video games when I'm 32 back then seemed like something that doesn't happen. You stop playing games because you get older and kids get to play games. Well, that's changed. And work from home has even changed that even more dramatically. All right, so the whole thing about, well, you'll lose joy in the game and you won't play the game anymore, that I feel like that's gone. That's gone. Now, maybe people feel that way about World of Warcraft in particular, and some people even talk about, oh, I don't find joy in video games anymore. You know, maybe because their life problems are too big to escape from, but I don't even feel like gaming is necessarily just an escape. It is, like, you do get to escape reality a bit and just enjoy something, but it's the immersion the game gives you. And just feeling like you're spending time doing something you enjoy. That's really what it is. And I don't necessarily... I do kind of forget my problems when I'm playing a video game. But it's... And maybe that's the joy you get out of it. But really, I just enjoy... I don't know. I have nostalgia for this game. I love playing this game. And I always have. And I feel like I always will. Where does Warcraft go in the future? I don't know. But I'll be playing it as long as it's around.
Concept of a virtual
1970s
world.
baby
Gold
here.
has no direct real-world equivalent.
And came back when their
but
kids were
time
teens. True.
does. When you sit down to play, you are turning your real time into virtual time in-game to get virtual progress.
Yes.
In World of Warcraft, everything that might be called progress is bought with time. Farming gold takes time. Getting a dungeon group together takes a lot of time.
Just a way to kill time safely.
Even more.
Or a job, yeah.
At the end game, time is the only solid barrier to progress.
Hey, like in high school, shit, I'd rather my kids play World of Warcraft than be out in the middle of the night doing God knows what. I mean, that's what I used to do. My parents used to ask me. They'd be like, aren't you going to go out with your friends tonight or something? It'd be like Friday night after school. And I'd be like, I am playing with my friends. We're on World of Warcraft. We got a raid to do tonight. What are you talking about, Mom? And I was home. Now, I did, of course, go out. I had a social life, but I would have much rather played World of Warcraft. Like, sometimes guys would try to make plans at school, and I would brush them off. I'd be like, I got things to do. Because I wanted to go home and play WoW. I didn't want to go out and, go try to pick up chicks at the local skate rink. I just wanted to play World of Warcraft, man. And I used to play with friends. And to me, that's a safer way to spend your time than, being out till 3 a.m. And driving around way too fast in a shitty Suzuki car or something and getting in an accident and have God knows what happening. Play World of Warcraft. Be safe.
Thanks to those weekly lockouts. Yes, there are elements of skill, but lots of in-game walls can be climbed.
When I'm playing, I'm not thinking about the 10 emails that just came in. I'm thinking about how this tank is killing. It's true. Right? When I get off a stream, I go straight into work. And my God, the stress that I get in my heart when I open up my email box and I see how many things I need to get done and reply to, that doesn't hit me until I close World of Warcraft. As long as this game is open, I am happy. I'm playing. I'm not worrying about it. It's all okay. As soon as the game closes, real life smacks me in the face. Specifically, dick slaps me, really.
Even all the way back in vanilla. There were ways to trade
Exactly.
gold
It's not WoW versus the finest things in life. It's WoW versus wasting gas money.
And the incredible player economy filling the auction house with more powerful gear and consumables to make your leveling and playing just a bit faster, to feel more powerful. At least up until the end game, with of course BOP gear keeping things sort of fair. For the most part, if you wanted the best, you had to earn it yourself.
True.
Fast forward to today, and in both Classic and Modern WoW, boosting of all kinds has become an extremely prevalent phenomenon. Judgment of the practice and its effects aside, buying boosts is easily the most time-efficient way to play the game. You effectively trade gold for...
I will say one thing about boosting. Right. We're talking about time and money. You use your time to get money, all that stuff. I do think that the core of World of Warcraft players, right, the core of us, have aged with the game. I guarantee you, if you looked at the average age of a player back when the game came out in 2004 compared to now, right, in 2022, the average age has gone up because the core of us have remained the same. We are the nucleus of World of Warcraft players. And we've just aged with the game. And what does aging do? Brings responsibility, brings work, right? When this game came out, I was 14 years old. Now I'm 32. There's certainly a different perspective on life responsibility for me, right? I have a job, which means I have more money than I did when I was 14, but I have less time. So what do people with more money and less time who still want to play World of Warcraft do? Well, they use their money to essentially skip things that they would have to use time for, because now they have more money than time. When they were 14, they had more time than money. And that's really what equates, what brings about all these boosting.
For a VIP pass to dungeons and raids, you get to join a skilled and geared group and do whatever you want with guaranteed frictionless gameplay, a fast clear, lots of XP, whatever gear drops. It can all be yours. Luck, skill, and time no longer matter. What matters is the size of your pouch of gold. And boosting isn't the only prevalent way to spend gold for efficiency. With Classic's return, GDKP runs became a common fixture, more common than they ever were in the past, replacing, in some cases, the majority of existing pugs. And the idea is simple. Players bid against each other with gold for loot drops in a raid. The highest bidder gets the item, and their gold goes into a pot that is then split between everyone else at the end. This is generally a group split between two groups. Number one, boosters, who are there to help clear while selling their weekly lockout and boosting service. And then, of course, the buyers, who are there with the
I don't hate
intent
boosting
to
either.
slam down some
But
big
yeah, I don't
money,
do it either.
many thousands of gold on the items that drop. And depending on who you ask, this is either a plague on Classic that has made it pay to play, reducing gearing and raiding to an economic war. Or it's a fantastic way to organize raids that actually benefits everyone involved. Like with boosting, time is traded for gold and vice versa. Not directly, but the buyer is paying for a fast raid clear and for a better chance at items that otherwise could take weeks of normal progress with a guild to obtain. Rather than luck of the dice or invest the time, now the size of your coin purse is the measure of success.
Nah.
Both of these methods are actually sanctioned by Blizzard, and they are the continuation of a trend, gold being used to save time. Except it's now happening in parts of the game that were not originally intended. A cynical viewpoint is that we've moved away from using gold to buy convenience in natural ways like ordering delivery food in real life, to doing something more akin to buying a trophy instead of winning one, devaluing the effort required.
True.
An advocate for boosting and GDKP would argue that this is just economics at play. Gold has value, time has value, and items have value. So, a trade between the three is obvious. It's just a natural evolution of how the virtual world's economy has evolved. And if Blizzard are okay with it, it must be fine, right? Well, sort of. Trading gold for time is a testament how valuable these virtual economies are, and while we all play by the rules,
Blizzard benefits from that.
It's a fun little microcosm.
That's what
but
WoW
still a
tokens
game.
give you. They give you gold.
And this is where the crucial flaw comes in, and the unspoken rule that virtual worlds were an escape, a great equalizer, is completely shattered. Gold has value in Azeroth, money has value in the real world, and time has value in both Azeroth and the real world.
So the goblins, the goblins had it figured out from the very beginning. Time is money, friend. Time is money. The goblins have been saying it for years. We didn't listen to them. Turns out it's true.
A function of our limited time for gold.
The leveling experience is currently garbage, so whatever. Yeah, I mean, I do enjoy leveling it in every expansion, though. Even Warlords of Draenor, to me, had a good leveling experience. I love leveling, personally. I love the questing and the leveling and all that stuff. Yo, Sam. How you guys doing in Mythic? We're probably not going to do it real. I'm not going to lie. We're probably not going to do it because there's just not enough people on the servers right now that can do it before reset, so I'm probably just going to do mount runs after this video.
It's inevitable.
The secondary market exists. As long as these games are developing economies with robust currencies that they're not selling themselves,
you're going to take advantage of it to monetize it however you can.
If I don't, somebody else will.
Those were the words of Jared Sagoda, the self-proclaimed king of Chinese gold farmers. He claims to have been a key figure in connecting Chinese gold suppliers to the rest of the world's sellers.
I don't see that happening. I don't see that happening. We're cross-play enabled and everything now. I don't think the story's going to split for us, personally. Personal leveling, yeah. But the old world with a wide, living, robust, and active environment, it's just not there anymore. Yeah, this is true. That's true. That's true. I missed the whole package, not just my clicks. Yes. Okay, I see what you mean.
Dropping the price of gold substantially by relying on cheap foreign labor, much like with chocolate, coffee, or call centers. He, of course, was making a lot of money for his trouble.
I'm just going to delist.
For those exploits, Jared eventually ended up on the Forbes China 30 Under 30, founding the games company that was responsible for League of Angels and is now the CEO of a blockchain gaming firm. By the time Wrath of the Lich King was wrapping up, Jared estimated that MMO, real money transactions, was a multi-million-dollar industry, and that 90% of it was World of Warcraft. Blizzard were not exactly happy with this, because it risked their
What's the word on alpha, and if you get either alpha or beta, would you stream it? If I got it, I guess I would stream it, but I honestly don't want it. I prefer to just play it when it comes out, especially for like story and aesthetic and stuff. I want to like experience the Dragon Isles in its full glory the first time I go there. That's how I've always felt about alpha and beta. But if I got it, I would stream it for anyone who wants to see. Just because, you know, why am I going to hold the key I'll just stream it for people to see it. I'm probably going to knock out work until servers come back up, and then I won't have to do it later. Sounds good, Rest, please. That's a good idea. Wait, Sugar Dust, what's up?
Unspoken rule. Real money shouldn't be infecting this virtual world, and it was against their terms of service, so they went on a long and intense crusade to protect it, starting by taking out the suppliers. Unfortunately for Blizzard, though, the demand for gold was so strong that the sellers always found a way back in, and it was hurting the game. It is actually estimated that only 30% of gold is farmed legitimately, while 50% is from botting and 20% is from the seedy side. Account cleaning via
I don't want major
phishing and
spoilers or
hacking,
surprises,
fresh
just
accounts
info,
bought
support
with
features.
stolen
Yeah,
credit cards,
I
you
agree.
name it. So eventually, Blizzard needed another way, and they learned an old adage: if you can't beat him, join him. Like EVE, Guild Wars 2,
Yes,
and EverQuest
unfortunately.
2 had done before them. Enter 2015's WoW token.
The WoW token. The ring to rule them all. That's what are we doing today, Sugar Dust? We're just, watching some WoW content. We've been talking WoW stuff all morning, and I'm probably going to do some mount runs. It's just chill until servers go down and we can get our vaults. But forming up Mythic Raid just wasn't going to happen. There's just not enough people playing right before reset to get that done. So we're just chilling. Welcome back. I looked at your stream last night. Nice full clear. Yes, Sills. Yeah, we did. We did have a nice full clear. And tomorrow we're going to start Heroic. We're going to get ready to do another Heroic full clear. But today, there's not much to do before reset. So we're just, watching some WoW content here, getting ready maybe to do some outruns before servers go down.
Dollar RMT market and brought most of it in-house, offering a legitimate and risk-free way to trade money for gold. Or, for those with excess gold, to trade gold for
Make
a
some
close
money.
equivalent to money. Player A gives $20 to Blizzard, Player B gives Player A a few 100,000 gold, and Blizzard gives Player B $14.99 to spend at the company store. That's $5.01 of raw profit on every transaction. And the best part,
What a great
none of that
system
money
for
ever
Blizzard.
leaves Blizzard's vault. But more importantly, it does mean the time is money paradigm was set in stone. Now, for players in developed countries, going to work is in fact the most efficient way to farm gold, and according to Blizzard, that extends to your progress too, via allowed activities like boosting and everything else that requires gold. This isn't the case officially in Classic, both RMT, we all know what happens. The WoW token wasn't the first time they monetized their own game's time-gobbling design. About a year before the token, they introduced paid level boosts.
Yeah, the boost.
Instead of players spending time with boring, repetitive gameplay, they could just pay to reach max level.
I do wonder sometimes if the boost made them not want to revamp leveling. I mean, they've kind of revisited it now with like the way a new player levels, right? They kind of pick their expansion to go level through. But if you make leveling fun again, people won't boost because they'll enjoy leveling. So it's and if leveling's bad, more people will boost. You make more money. So it kind of, anytime you see a game introduce a mechanic that incentivizes them to make something in the game not fun or not good, that's a bad thing. Whoop first, yeah. Oh yeah, you were first today. Hey, what's up? Well, got to go to work, make some WoW gold. Yes, right. Right. I'm so tired of this time is money bullshit and seeing people who have gold cap on multiple accounts but can't play to save their lives. Yeah. One thing you can't buy is skill. That's for sure, Sugadas. I agree. I swore off boosts and then they included it with the pre-order. Yeah, I still have one. I have one sitting in my my character creation screen and I haven't used it yet because of the pre-order. Now I boosted it on Holy DK and I'm upset at how much damage it does without trying.
And pay they did.
You should have boosted a Destro Warlock. Imagine how you'd feel then.
1/3 of the total RMT market. So this was Blizzard's anti-RMT prototype. And despite some pushback, it was ultimately a service players wanted. So it stayed. In times gone by, people would talk about somebody being an eBay character, an eBay player.
An eBay player,
the
yeah.
idea being that they just purchased an account on eBay and basically sucked at the game. Now that is something
like
that
2 weeks
happens
before it
on
gets
the
nerfed.
company
Yeah,
store.
it is going to get nerfed.
Blizzard,
Season
in
4
a way,
for sure.
created the problem, Or, alternatively, you could
Good
say,
reminder, I need to work on
balance
my
the
lock
game.
this week still.
They noticed that players were buying other solutions, so they just sold one themselves. But it didn't start there. The Diablo 3 real money auction house from 2012
Oh my God,
was their
this
first
was crazy,
experiment,
huh?
and it failed. They made a pretty amateur mistake. Sellers could cash out via PayPal with a 15% fee. Q, a market obliterated by bots farming golden items and a whole segment of
Crazy,
players
man.
who didn't even bother with the game. They just traded back and forth, or farmed items and gold with bots
Like that
to earn
takes you
some
back
real
on the
money.
Blizzard wallet.
The impact this had in the game
I never was
not
part of
lost
this. My cousin became addicted to this. Holy shit, he went nuts on this Diablo auction house. I never played it.
on Blizzard either. This is what Jay Wilson, the director of Diablo 3, told a room full of developers at GDC.
What I want is to kill this guy and have cool stuff drop and get items.
Right.
But this is actually what happened.
What?
So if anyone can't see, it says money, best superpower ever, which I totally agree with because Iron Man's cool. But it's not good for
What the
a
fuck?
game like Diablo. It doesn't feel good to get items from money. You want to get items from killing monsters.
That real money auction house was unceremoniously closed with Reaper of Souls' release. And a lot has changed since then.
Well, I guess he was saying a good thing.
Over 8 years later, though, Jay Wilson's warning has, for the most part, fallen on deaf
Yeah. Enter Diablo Immortal. Where is he now to give his speech?
ears. In modern World of Warcraft, Blizzard offer the WoW token.
Zero
meaning
just a game,
the
but I
official
played it for
stance
money.
is
Yeah.
time is money, and time is gold, so money is gold. But they don't offer it in Classic, so what's the difference? It goes back to that unspoken rule. When World of Warcraft was first created, when virtual worlds were an escape, games were still niche and a lot less profitable as a result. The
True.
world felt a lot slower too, which helped us sit down and enjoy the slow-paced reward cycle of farming something out. Over the years since then, the world underwent massive change, and the games industry with it.
Yeah.
What used to be
Loot
publishers
boxes,
racing to release the best game
seasons,
for a market
game
became giant
passes.
corporations hell-bent on capturing
An industry that makes more money than the movie industry. It's
millions
crazy.
of hours of engagement from global audiences. Then, before anyone realized it, games weren't just competing with games anymore.
I wanna see where I was yesterday
We had
joined
truly
Discord.
entered the attention economy. We
Yes,
don't
Jordan
have
Day.
enough time to experience everything there is, so time is in higher demand than ever.
True.
Like Netflix said when they were at their height, their toughest competitor was sleep. Social media, YouTube, Activision Blizzard, gambling sites, they all have the same goal: your attention, your time. And they are in an arms race to get it. Now,
Oh,
psychologists
shit,
and
man.
neuroscientists like those at Dopamine Labs are being hired to make everything more addictive.
I really
and
can't.
executives
Epic says I really can't stand this guy. For someone who hates so much WoW, so much about WoW, he sure makes videos about it all the time. Yeah, he doesn't hate WoW. He definitely makes videos about it. And he's certainly clickbaity. I will say that about Bellular. But I don't think he hates the game. I don't think he hates the game. He just, I mean, he's talking about it. I mean, would the game be better without WoW tokens and player boosts? It would. It would, because they'd have to make leveling better, for one. And they couldn't make things like a fucking store mount or a mount like the Longboy. The Longboy wouldn't exist without WoW tokens. There's no way. There's no way. That kind of gold farming and shit, that's insane. Lol, my brother and father both lost multiple accounts because they have used Chinese gold farmers for their accounts that were banned. Yeah, well, Blizzard's not going to let them do that, right? They got to pay Blizzard for their stuff. Him and Asmon are both complete ass clowns who only talk shit about WoW. I will say Asmongold does it excessively. An excessive amount of shit talking. And then if you follow his Zach Raw account, it's like all he plays is World of Warcraft. He plays that game still nonstop. I will say, I think both of them love the game still. Both of them want to see the game successful. But both of them just are shit talkers in general. They will talk shit until they're blue in the face, and they just like to talk shit about the game. What are you going to do? What do those vaults look like? Yeah, we'll see. My vault, I only have one spot, so we'll see if I get lucky or not. level boost, but WoW tokens are a must for those of us who have real lives and can't spend hours. But don't you think, Epic, I agree, but don't you think that things would be less expensive if the WoW token didn't exist? Because I feel like the WoW token allows things to climb in price. Like, look at how our legendaries were created and shit during this expansion. I had to buy a WoW token for the first time.
Publicly confessing their guilt over the chain reaction they started. This hyperspeed version of reality that we now live in
pay so
has
much money for my
inflated
internet.
the
It's stupid.
value of time, so we are less likely to sit down for a few hours and enjoy a slow adventure when we need to progress and experience faster. Even modern WoW has been designed to reward you harder and faster than ever before.
Harder
World
and
quests
faster.
are bite-sized quests made for
Comcast is
rapid
the devil.
engagement, and Mythic Plus
Reminds me of Bobby Boucher's mom. Comcast is the devil. I've been working in my DK and DH a lot this week. I have 1 key slot on the Hunter, nothing on the Pally or Mage. Yeah, I didn't play all week because I was on vacation, so that's part of it. One thing I will say about, quick rewards, I definitely think previous generations have a hard time playing World of Warcraft, like the Fortniters of the world and stuff, because they love that instant gratification, that quick play, quick reward, get in another game. World of Warcraft's not like that. Even though they've tried to make it that way, it's just not in an MMO to be a quick gratification thing. MMOs require time, thinking, processing, planning out, and then getting that progression. So I feel like the newer generation, and part of the reason why World of Warcraft's had a hard time keeping or getting those young players is because they're an instant gratification generation. They just love that quick dopamine hit.
dungeons are an infinite slot machine lever to pull. Getting a mount is no longer a slow burn affair with a reputation and a meaningful quest narrative context. Most of them now are random rewards for pulling some form of lever. A rare kill, a paragon box, it's all the same. The result is just number go up. The developers are looking at statistics, analyzed by the same sorts of people who analyze metrics for Facebook, for Twitter, for Netflix, and for the entire field of user engagement that optimizes for the same thing.
4-hour dungeon runs like Black Rock Depths.
It's not your satisfaction, not how much fun you have, not how happy you are. Those are very hard to put into numbers. Don't think about how you feel, analyze what you do. They optimize for time. Daily active users, monthly active users, session length.
Yeah.
Your worth reduced to a number, time.
Yes.
It's the only irreplaceable resource you have, and they measure every second of it. And
I'd rather it stay like that and not try to appeal to them. I agree, Day. I think it should. I don't think we should try to go for instant gratification. I just think it goes against what an MMO is all about. An MMO is about the adventure and the maturity of your player growing up, right? Like you literally have watched, if you've played this game since vanilla, you've watched your toon gradually become stronger. And that gradual build up is so gratifying to me. I don't want to see instant boosting and sudden huge jumps in power and all this shit. I want to see that gradual increase. And like I said, I think the reason why I was saying it is I think it's a generational thing. I think the other generation just grew up on instant gratification, like pow, 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 dopamine hits, loot crates, let's go. That's all they know. They didn't grow up with World of Warcraft. And I don't think World of Warcraft should change to try to appeal to those people. It just needs to do what it does well. And that's what I think. I feel like Dragonflight's going to try to do is get back to the basics and just do World of Warcraft the right way.
Those who drive the economy have learned how to hold your time hostage. They are turning that time into money.
Time, money, you get the drift.
Lost Ark might be the best example
The level reduction had to happen, though, Sugar Dust, but I agree.
of the changing tide. In 2022, a PC MMO releases with a clear design that tells the player to their face they can spend money to spend less time playing, and it's met as a game with resounding praise.
What?
After players breeze through the story content, the item level wall shows up and tells players to log in and complete dailies and weeklies on as many alts as possible to get materials to gamble in the homing system to advance.
Oh, no, this is...
Except
oh my god, what the hell?
They can be sold on the player auction house using a currency that you can buy with real money.
Oh my god.
and a few steps to discuss.
I know what this game is called. Fucking drawing a blank
your
right
money is just as good as your time, and the more that other players spend their time, the
No
more
way my eyes
you
are
feel
tricking
the
me.
value of spending your money.
You're back. Wow, I never
Blizzard
thought you would be
proved
back.
themselves guilty of the exact same thing with
Chair
Diablo Immortal.
Sam2. I get it. What's
It uses
Ascendance?
almost every
What's up,
trick in the
man?
dark grimoire of mobile gaming
Oh
to
yeah,
funnel users into
I've been back for a while. My daughter that I left for, she's 8 months old now. So yeah, I've been back.
paying real money to save real-world time, progress faster, get stronger, all with effectively no limit unless you're a multi-millionaire. Do you spend your time by completing the chores or your money by skipping? But the problem that gave birth to Diablo Immortal is just an attitude. That time and money are interchangeable when playing games.
Yep.
And that attitude has long infected WoW.
That attitude's profitable.
Classic was supposed to be
That's
a
the
throwback
problem.
to the good old days. Back when there felt like there was more time, and for many it was. But it has not been immune to today's time is money gaming problem. Q, rampant boosting, and GDKP, all fueled by RMT. It is insane in Classic TBC. Classic has also been fighting off plagues of bots, farming gold, inflating the economy, and the result is more RMT. The players with the biggest bank accounts now have the biggest pouches of gold.
True.
And that means they can level the fastest, they can bid on the most gear, they can progress. And the more people are doing that, the fewer groups there are doing it.
Yeah, you restricted me from seeing your lovely chair.
The more people get into the boosting
I had feelings for
economy
that
modern,
chair. What?
the
Which
less
chair are you talking about? Are you talking about the chair I'm sitting on now? Or my old one?
People are just chilling, trying to form a good old-fashioned puck. In modern WoW, boosting is rampant because by design, players feel the constant pressure of time, the consistent
See, you went away for that baby and came back. Oh yeah,
ticking of the daily and weekly clock, the rat race for gear, and they know they can swipe to make all the anxiety
Yeah, I dropped out of
go
school to
away.
play Warcraft.
In a world where Blizzard have done a
Then WoW, and now I regret it, but I still play WoW. See, you should have done what I did. Just played World of Warcraft through school.
poor job of teaching people how to play their game, yet have put high-level play at the core of progression.
I played Legion hardcore through law school. I don't know how, but I did. And the way the real way I did it was I had morning classes and night classes, and then I had a gap in between. So what I used to do during that gap, I had a gaming laptop. I didn't have this setup. I was broke as shit. I had a gaming laptop that I had bought when I was an undergrad by getting a student loan. So what I did was I got a student loan for a laptop and went and blasted it on a gaming laptop. That's what I did. And I got the gaming laptop, and I used to go in that gap, and I'd run Mythic Pluses back when Mythic Plus first came out. And that was how I played Legion throughout law school. Good times.
Can be frustrating.
I used to go down to the student center in the basement, and I'd play.
Not buy that VIP pass.
Scholarships and grants
Blizzard
are easier when you're
too.
older.
That's why the WoW token
Hit him with I'm a raid leader on your next year.
Because time is money. And
I mean, you
it's
can't study
going to
24/7.
get
That's
worse.
right.
This is where the script has actually ended. And it's where I'm going to leave you with a warning. A warning for the future of gaming. One that we should all be rather afraid of. Play to earn is one of the latest buzzwords. It's mostly there in and around crypto gaming.
Oh,
but
yeah.
there is an example of this that happened entirely within the Battle.net ecosystem. A player with an extreme amount of World of Warcraft gold was able to take their WoW gold, turn it into Battle.net balance, and then buy a hell of a lot of power in Diablo Immortal. This is worrying.
What?
This is what they want with play to earn. They want to turn it all into a time is money economy.
But it starts to feel like work then. I don't understand what the appeal is to that.
And if that catches on, virtual worlds will never be the same again. They will never be the retreat that we all adored in times gone by.
Unless you just refuse to play.
Probably worked out that today's video was a little bit different from what we normally do. To be honest, I'd really like to continue making videos like this.
I liked it.
We have a few things planned on the very earliest days of Blizzard Entertainment, back when they weren't called Blizzard. Things that led to this franchise's existence. There's just so many stories that we
I was in a
tell
guild a couple of
that
months
don't
ago,
really
and
work
there's
in the
this
way that we
guy
normally do
demanding
videos.
in
There's not a
chat
Warcraft news video there. There's
that
not a
someone
lore video.
pays his
So,
WoW sub
I appreciate
because
you
it's the
watching,
right thing to do
this
when
far
he
in
said he's
something that's a bit
busy
new.
and
If
poor
you've
in
got
life,
any
and it's
feedback,
only
or
right to
perhaps
help
any
others
stories
out.
that you think you'd like us to look into kind of
What?
deeply on the game's long history.
Hey, at least you didn't
well,
spend a
do
student
let
loan
me
on a
know.
Mustang.
I'd
No,
love to
you
see
did
what we
not,
can do.
Day.
And of course, if you want
Oh.
to support the sponsor,
No, you didn't,
that
man.
very much did make today's video possible and makes
I'm
risks in
poor
your
and
life
busy as
possible.
well,
Of course, that is
but
Skillshare.
still pay my
Thank
own
them for
way.
their
Yeah,
support.
sugar dust.
You can check out Ali's
It's
incredible stuff in those links down below. So that's it.
if you can't afford your WoW sub, I definitely would not ask others to pay for
me,
it. That's
hope you enjoyed this. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time.
And I thought he was trolling, but he wasn't, because we asked him if he was trolling, and he said, no, I'm just no. He's just not selfish like us. Wow. Wow. Well, that's a whole new level of asking people to pay your WoW sub. He sounds like he was demanding it, actually.